it was some kind of black mud and it was really disgusting. We are sailing well in this wind. We have almost full main.
Welcome to Sailing Frida Wisby. In this episode we do a night sail to the real Italian gem, the lovely island of Elba. We challenge our fear of heights.
Adventure time. Am I paid? Quite okay.
And enjoy a free concert from the foredeck. Let's summarize what's been written in the logbook before. Our story began in Yarmouth on Isle of Wight, where we bought Frida, a Woki 47 pilot saloon. In spring 2020 we sailed her home to Gotland. After some boat fix and sailing in the Baltic Sea during the summer, we were ready to start our big adventure and a new lifestyle. We sailed along the Atlantic coast of Europe towards the Mediterranean Sea. We spent our first winter in Gitte in France, where we went up and down in the daily tidal elevator. We spent the whole season getting south to Lagos in Portugal, where we upgraded Frida with a solar arch. Then we changed course completely due to the orca situation and headed west to Madeira and the Azores. After 2 years we reached the legendary Gibraltar Rock and we entered the Mediterranean Sea. Since then have we cruised around in the Med, learned to say hola, bonjour, ciao and calimera, explored historic sites and beautiful landscape, enjoyed good local food. In May 2025 we made our first landfall in Argostoli in Greece. We fell in love with the Ionian Islands and the Greek people, so we decided to stay in this area for another year. I am Gitte, this is Anders, and this is our cat Litza.
We hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and remember, thumbs up always makes us happy. As you can see, I'm back home in Sweden, and I just wanted to make a little special note. Because as most YouTubers, we are of course curious about our viewers. Who are they and why are they watching? So therefore we very much appreciate when you write a little comment or knock on the boat or something. But yesterday something funny happened, and it was my son. I was sitting and editing and my son called me and said, "Mom, I just talked to one of your viewers." I kind of like, what? Yeah. It turned out that he has met one of our viewers, which is a man living in Kristianstad, where my son also lives. And he sits in a wheelchair. And he watched our channel. He has never been on a sailboat, but he loves to be part of the adventure, to get a feeling for how it is to be out on the water. So this is a special shout out to him. Hope you enjoyed the video.
2024 sailing season was our Italian cruising season, so in this and upcoming videos we will share everything from Cagliari to Marina di Ragusa. We begin in Portovecchio on Corsica. This guy, he woke us up this morning. He surely created some swell and had a loud propeller noise. I was surprised that ferries this big can go in here. I knew there was ferries, but not that size. Hey, Litza. Yeah, we're also going to look at the ferry. Yeah, it's big. It's a quite windy day and you can see the wind chop building up, but we try to use it as constructive as we can. Well, now we are taking down the Italian flag and raise the French. It looks a little bit worn, but well, hopefully it will last a little bit longer. Oh, it wasn't the dentist I heard. It's Anders working with the Dremel to rug up the handles that I broke off on one of the hatches here on the roof. That's where the handle should be. According to Luma, you can't fix just the handle, you have to buy a new hatch. but Anders is going to give it a go anyway. Now he's rigging up the inside of the house to do as much grip as possible.
Boat work at nice and exotic places.
I promise you, it's not easy to do precision work on a moving boat at anchor. Okay, gluing is done, now we just need to keep it in place until it's dry. And to me, it's a challenge to find anything in Anders' toolbox.
Leaving Anders behind. I get a ride with Tim tomorrow to shore.
This is just a short landfall in Portovecchio to do some provisioning.
Beautiful. It's so peaceful today. Now we are going to do some provisioning because we plan to go to Elba today. Nice boat neighbor we got here on the 17th of May.
Which is the Norwegian National Day where they celebrate independence.
There is Tintamara leaving and we are soon going to follow. We just decided that we wanted to eat before we leave. So we will come after in a couple of minutes.
The plan is that we are going to Elba, the Italian island, in between Corsica and the Italian mainland. It's about 90 nautical miles, and we're going to do an overnight sail. So we will be there tomorrow, maybe 9, 10, something like that.
Oh, they are pulling out the main already here in this narrow channel. Bye bye, Portovecchio on Corsica.
And the holding was good, but it was some kind of black mud, and it was really disgusting, and it stuck to everything. I said I can't secure the anchor. I have to go down and wash my hands before I can touch anything, including the securing line. Never happened before. So, yeah. But the holding was good. We've been here for several days and haven't moved an inch.
We are sailing well in this wind. We have almost full main, not quite, and the little jib, and that's all we need. We do steadily over 6 knots. We've been up touching 7 knots, and that's fine. That's what we need.
To me, this is anti-stress. To just sit and watch the waves and the sun going down and just enjoying the time on the water. The captains, Anders and Magnus, have a strategic discussion about our course after a change of the wind in the new forecast, allowing us to go more direct towards the target. Time for me to go to bed.
Now it's time for me to rest. Anders will try to stay up as long as possible, which usually are until 3, 4, sometimes even 5. So let's see how many hours I get to sleep.
Suddenly I woke up by Anders yelling at me to come. It turned out he had fallen and was in pain, but okay. Since I had slept a couple of hours, I decided to stay up. It was one of those magical night sails, where the moon was up and the black water was glittering. And in the distance we could even see the faint silhouette and lights from Corsica.
I would sail out, take every brother and sister of mine, roll in the sunshine and sleep when it's dark, hoping to find somewhere we can come. But it's black, yeah it's black, oh the water.
Det är varmt så riktigt.
We'll check. And I suspected something was wrong with the oil. While we were running the engine.
No, it's no problem.
No problem.
Nope.
Knowing that the engine was okay, I made up a bed so that Anders could sleep in the cockpit. In the totally black night, the well-lit-up ferry in the distance looks like it was hovering. I'm really tired now. Anders is sleeping. But I can let him sleep a little longer. Good morning. We are getting closer. Over there is an island called Pinusha. It's a national park, the entire island. But you can go there. Now we can clearly see Frida. We have reef in the main and we have the jib up instead of the yarrow. And we're still going in nearly 6 knots. So we're flying with this new clean bottom. I can see the beach we have planned to anchor on. Not on, nearby. Let's see how muddy it was in the previous place. So we really should or need to wash off this area. There is a practical reason for me standing on foredeck when we're going into an anchorage, and that is simply that it's easier to see if there's something in the way or where we go. But I also really love it. It's such a moment full of excitement, especially after a long passage as this and on a new place that we have been looking forward to see. So I have taken away the line that we have to secure the anchor and also taking up the snubber so it's prepared when we get close. I don't think Anders wants the anchor buoy. It was run over last year and was working a little bit comme ça. So we don't use it unless it's absolutely necessary. So, we are anchored and we are here. And Tintomara is anchoring in front of us. And people are swimming. Nice. And it didn't take long before Litza came up to check it out. Lovely water. But the water is only 18.5 degrees according to the boat. I don't think I will take a swim right now. It's probably warmer by the beach. Both Anders and I needed to take a nap. Beautiful sunset. We had a really pleasant evening together with Lotta and Magnus from Tintomara with a fantastic sunset as the backdrop. And tomorrow we will explore the island. Are you enjoying the sunset, Litza? Huh? Is it beautiful? Got a nice view there. Really beautiful. Long time since we saw the sunset where the sun go down into the sea as we do here. We've been on east side for a long time. Really beautiful. Litza. Hey Litza. Hey, Litza.
We celebrate Swedish midsummer about a month too early, but we will not be in the boat at midsummer. We'll be working, so we decided to do it now.
We can celebrate midsummer all year long.
Yeah, down here they don't know it's the wrong day. Ooh, so thank you. So we are going to shore on Elba for the first time.
Sometimes it can be hard to find a place for the dinghy, but we just left it on the beach.
Lovely little bay. But it's steep. It's going up as usual.
The steep hill was not good for Anders' back, so we decided to turn around and make an excursion with the dinghy instead.
I wonder how you access that cave. It looks like from the water is the only way.
That's not natural.
Nope.
Kan du klättra? Kan du klättra? Ja, det kan du. Du är duktig. I've been trying to teach Litza how to climb on command, but it works a bit. Come see, come sa. She's a cat. Well, at least she looks very cute.
Kan komma till matte kan man göra det. So now we are leaving this little anchorage, Biadola I think it was called, and we are actually just going around this peninsula here to the main city or town here on Elba, Portovecchio. We have reserved a berth for 2 nights because it's coming in some bad weather and it's a very short trip. It's only 6 nautical miles around the peninsula, so it's almost that no use to put up the sail because there's also very little wind, so I think we will motor all the way.
The rocks here on Elba is not volcanic. It's old seabed, and some of them contains lots of iron ore.
Getting closer to the harbor.
When we were approaching Portovecchio, it was already grey and you can feel the rain hanging in the air.
We are now going into Portovecchio and here at Elba, and it was here Napoleon was expelled for a while.
He was expelled from France, but they made him governor of Elba. It was also Napoleon that gave Elba its flag with the 3 golden bees.
So this is where we're going in, and we're going around this. So it's almost sheltered from all directions in here.
Which we think will be necessary due to a strong northern wind in the forecast. The harbour is surrounded by the picturesque historic town and have several of Elba's landmarks close by.
Yeah, we have arrived and are docked. Litza, that is not going far, I'm quite sure. It's just going to check. You get a little bit nervous when you see this row.
Yeah, I told you he's coming back. I told you.
Our guard cat in place. Now, Litza, you have to be careful. There's a dog coming. Yeah, there is a dog coming, sneaking up from behind. Huh? Don't you need a shower? Anders was complaining that I was too slow to confirm that we had electricity and he was standing in the rain.
Det är 13-15 skalmeter. Så då är det
Talking to his dad? Yeah, going to go and check in, but it's raining.
Portovecchio was founded by the Grand Duke of Tuscany in 1548 to balance the presence of the Spanish citadel in Portovecchio. After a short chat with our friends, we continued to pay the harbor fee and take a look at the town despite the rain.
Cozy streets here in Portovecchio, but lots of stairs. I don't know if it's planned that you should sit here and gather strength before you climb the stairs, or if it's to rest when you come down. More stairs.
I didn't want it to disturb them for the mass, so I sneaked in as quietly as I could and took a quick peek. After that very short visit to the church, we continued to look at the town. It was almost empty of people due to the rain, but it was easy to imagine how vibrant the place would be a sunny day.
Looks delicious. And we even get a little bit of sun.
After an energy refill with the pancakes, we decided to go back to the boat because now we were a bit wet and tired.
It looks a little bit funny with all those small boats and then us. But the larger, yeah, so it's more or less the same size. So it's just that we happen to be the first boat of this size. And now it has stopped raining.
The next day, we rented a car together with Tintamar so we could see more of the island.
We are out on a little car excursion. And this is one of the bays that we passed. It's like they are surfing.
And here we got a dose of the strong northerly wind.
Wonderful place. But not good to be anchored on this side. Wow, this was a beautiful view. Here you can see how green it is here on Elba as well. I'm actually very surprised about these islands. It was the same with Corsica and Sardinia. It's very, very green. Most of the Mediterranean is often kind of burnt and dry. And Anders is working. We have a hostel, so he has to answer customer calls, despite we are not open at the moment. Okay, we continue. This was Marciana. Beautiful views.
Next stop.
Oh, so this is Marciana Marina. Oh, quite cute place. We are looking for a coffee place.
And we found one in the sun right next to the marina. While we continue to our next stop, I will give you some facts about the island. Elba is 223 square kilometers or 86 square miles, and it's the largest island in the Tuscan archipelago. The highest mountain, Mount Capena, is 1,019 meters or 3,343 feet.
We are going to take a cabin up to the top of the mountain.
Vad är mysigt ju.
Det var jättefint. Ticket office.
One of the benefits with traveling off-season is that the queues are seldom long. This was not the kind of cabin I expected.
So we are going up. Anders ahead of me. There he is. Woo, now it's stopping. And there's Frida.
When you have a fear of heights, as both Anders and I have, this is a challenge.
I wonder how Anders is doing with his fear of height. Because he's worse than me. And I feel this is a But it's an adventure.
Adventure time. Am I paid? Because I'm not very happy about heights. After a while, I got more used to it and could relax and enjoy the beautiful ride. Now we are... As you can probably hear in our voices, despite if you don't speak Swedish, we were quite excited after the ride up here to the top and the reward with this view. But with the fair fights, the tour up was quite long and a bit challenging, but for the moment, let's just enjoy the view. And I'm kind of glad we haven't walked up. There is a path up if you're into that kind of stuff. Ja, vad tycker du? What do you think?
Perfect chair for me.
Yeah? A perfect chair for you?
Yeah.
With a chair with a view. So there is a town where we have the boat, and we were anchored in that bay, and that's where we had coffee. Happy.
I was happy.
Yeah, it's an experience. This is something to tell the grandchildren. Together with Lotta and Magnus, I walked up to the 1,000-meter platform, while Anders was sitting in his comfortable chair. After enjoying the views from the top of the island, it was time for us to take a ride down to the lower levels again. Hello! You survived! It was almost lunchtime, but we decided to drive a little bit further before we eat. It was beyond that peak there. We were... Or if it was that one. Now I got confused. Now I can see it. It was up there. Well, you can't complain about the view from this place either, and it gave us the best seat in the house. I call this a view. This is... Now it's a table with a view. I didn't film while we were eating, but it was really good. Delicious food. Maybe not the cheapest, but really good. Another stunning view here at Elba, and it's really beautiful. And over there you can see mainland Corsica. Here is an even better view of Corsica. If you are fit enough to handle the hills, I can imagine it's wonderful to bike around this island. We are now out here. On the south coast we found a completely different landscape. Much more dry and with low bushes. Costa del Sole, welcome. So, this is the south coast of Elba, and it's straight down. It's much more dry vegetation, more bushes, cactuses. On the north side. You can see how the roads sneak around the mountain. The island you can see there in the distance, it's Monte Cristo. You know, Count of Monte Cristo. So now we are back at Frida, and that was a fun little excursion. And
Now it's nice, sunny and warm, so let's have some coffee.
Litza was happy we were back, so she could come out and check out the boat. Right before I filmed this, we had a little drama.
Mozzarella off and the swim platform up because she jumped ashore. So she was caught by some people that were walking by. So they caught her there by the lamppost. So she didn't get out on the road, but it was a bit stressful. It's the second time in a short time she has actually jumped ashore. She's never done that before. Now I think she's a bit pissed off that she can't do the jump. You should stay here. Yeah. Lay on the spray hood. It's water. You hate water. Sounds like there is some kind of live concert. I can't see the band, but there is a square behind that portal. So I would guess that the concert is at the square.
We decided to make ourselves comfortable at Fridá to enjoy the sun and the music.
Nice to sit here. I just took a chair. You took the entire bed.
I took the entire bed. Why not?
Why not? Yeah. The kayak is a little bit in the way now. Good night, Anders. Yes, quite okay. Maybe I should grab some popcorn as well. Oh, that's movie. A glass of wine or a beer.
Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. It really helps us, and if you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, and remember, a thumbs up or a comment always makes us happy. We had such great time on Elba, this a bit unknown Italian gem that we wanted to share, so we decided to save this fantastic sail over the Mediterranean Sea to the river Arno near Pisa, where we made a road trip through the beautiful Tuscan landscape to see the historic towns of Pisa, Florence, Lucca and San Gimignano, and we get a proper lesson in Italian cooking.